the reason why I'm typing all this down is because my current knowledge about it is pretty limited. Now, in the past, a couple years ago, I've really immersed myself figuring out what cloud is. I've read an audiobook and stuff. But over the years and all through these different classes and stuff, I sort of can't articulate really this overview, like evaluate, explore, determine, identify, analyze, identify. Like, I wouldn't be able to properly articulate what I know about cloud right now, because it's been a good minute. If I want to do that, typically I just ask these questions, or have these questions on standby whenever I go through the course, and sort of formulate how I would explain it. That way it'll stick, Some people are just naturally good at explaining things, Some people, like me, need some time to pick and choose what words I need to say. Otherwise, it would sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. So doing this kind of helps with that. Some people may view it as a waste of time. But if someone told me, I need you to make an introduction to a board meeting in 3 days, this is what I'd be doing. Don't screw it up. And when it comes to meetings like those, really, it is tense, yeah, but as long as you can provide some decent transparency in what this stuff does, it wouldn't matter too much if you slipped up here and there, like, oh, I meant this, kind of thing. Like other people, like Elizabeth Holmes, they're like super articulate, very good with business communication. But also people are really good at talking about something that they really don't know what they're talking about, but they can make themselves sound like they do. That's corporate jargon. Technical jargon is similar. It's where people don't really understand what you're saying, but they think it's corporate jargon, but it's not. It's technical jargon. And it's very difficult to decipher what people are saying sometimes. And I mentioned this because, I was in a Sheldon Smart's class, business communication. A couple of things I've learned is don't explain more than you have to. Just the basic, components of the introduction. This, and this. Like Steve Jobs always made 3 points because he wants to keep it simple. That's how his PowerPoints work. Microsoft isn't really like that. And they do that because they want to They want to seem like they pay attention. They pay attention to detail, and they do. But it's just sometimes too much for the consumer to really understand. Identify helpful preventative measures. Explain troubleshooting steps. Anticipate common cloud issues. Analyze security concerns specific to each cloud service model. Okay. Okay. Fictitious private school migration to cloud technology. Advantages. Reduce costs for IT hardware and electricity. Student-friendly classroom. Cloud apps. Ability to attract tech-savvy students. That's very important. A lot of people are tech-savvy, but not tech-literate. I think I fall under that category. I'm tech-savvy, but I'm not super tech-literate. And that's what kind of attracted me to this course. And, some IT buffs I'll talk to, they'd be like, what is convergence technology? Like, what does that even mean? And almost like the way the degree plan is titled, because it does evoke those types of questions. But it's just one of those things that teaches you about cloud computing, how to use multiple devices for one purpose, converging the technology, which means making it all work for one thing, to achieve your goals and stuff like that. But yeah, attracting tech-savvy students is really what's important, because, they make up a huge part of the consumer market, and they all have these goals and ambitions that, affect the economy, It's really important, especially in America. Big tech is what accounts for a lot of our GDP. We distribute the stuff worldwide, and so that's why it's really good, and we need to accommodate, for the brain drain we got. So people who are interested in these things, I guarantee you, it'll make you a smarter, more capable individual. Regardless of where you're at in life or what you did. Checklist. What is cloud computing? What new skills do I need to learn? Who owns the cloud? How does the cloud affect the security of my organization's data? So, I read the scenario. I thought it was pretty cool. Fictitious private school. Yeah, let's not start there. I spell fictitious. reduced costs for IT hardware and electricity. Yeah, so that's something I could try to understand, like, how does it reduce electricity and IT hardware? How does it do that? Ability to track tech-savvy students. Checklists is called Q. What new skills do I need to know? Who owns the cloud? How does the cloud affect security of my organization's data? That's important for me because cybersecurity is one of my is my plan B after this degree plan and stuff. I want more cybersecurity credentials. It's really, really cool stuff. Like at first I was like, man, cybersecurity stuff is whack. But I was like, no, it's exactly, it's legit stuff, man. I recommend any of those people that are into like the cyberpunk and like, hacking culture. Like I want to hack computers and rip DVDs and explore all this stuff. Well, then you'll get a load of that with cybersecurity, and you'll actually figure out what you're capable of and what you're not, And a lot of the stuff that people used to do back in the day doesn't work anymore, And I think it'll steer you in the right direction too. Like, it'll show you why doing that stuff is actually kind of dumb. It's it's a huge waste of time. Like especially the ripping DVDs and violating copyright stuff. It's so stupid. It's such a waste of time. Anyway. Cloud computing certifications. So, Cloud Central's certification for non-IT pros. So here we go. Here's like a picture. It's hard for me not to copy the stuff verbatim. When I'm just taking notes, it's like I want to digest it wholly and fully, Because like these PowerPoints, like when you take notes, right, the objective is to make this stuff like more condensed, but these PowerPoints are already pretty condensed, So Anyway, here's a numbered list here. Comptia. I always call it Compita. I guess that's what it is. Compita. Plus Network Plus. I mean, these are just some web searches I might want to do later on. I'm telling you, like, you can get so lost in the weeds with this stuff, it's not even funny. In fact, I have many times. Like, I would do web searches for all of this stuff. Let me title that IT Foundation. Pathway Security Pipeline. Yeah, this stuff is expensive too. Cloud Code Plus. Cool. I'm really hitting the sand with this, dude. It's already almost 20 minutes into this. I guess it's kind of fair. I mean, the last class I was in, the introduction to information security, like these lectures, like the lectures would go on and on and on. Like a whole hour. And they weren't boring either. They were pretty interesting stuff. So, good info. Let's see. Cloud computing certifications continue. Let's see, more certs. This stuff's gonna take forever to get. You're just gonna expect it to. Vendor, I don't know what vendor specific means. Vendor specific sense. Like, in my mind, I have a good idea of what it means. It's sort of like more marketing type stuff. Like for people who sells things, you know, like Amazon, but the way I would explain it isn't good, you know. And that's another reason why I like this degree plan, because it teaches you proper business communication. I tell you, after working like industrial jobs like metal buildings, cold storage facilities, you know, manual labor and stuff like that. Like, all I did was use layman terms, man. I just spent hours just moving units, dude. Google Cloud Platform. VMware Certified Professional, Cisco CCNA Cloud. Yeah, CCNA is difficult, at least when I first started. I think if I took it again, I'd do a whole lot better. Okay. So there's 5 essential characteristics. Okay, so cross-platform. Some stuff that would be kind of interesting to know. On-demand self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, measured service, characteristics and benefits for providers, self-patching, self-healing infrastructure, adaptive intelligence, security, cross-platform. Alright, so we're looking at here, we have 3 IoT devices connected to a virtual server. That's providing the 5 essential characteristics. On-demand self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, measured service. Okay. Reasons to transition to cloud. So this is what do I need to know part. Security must be built into resources themselves so it travels with them. Yeah. So what am I looking at here? Network devices. Connected to an application server and a database server. Cloud security can't rely on a secure perimeter. Alright, it's been about 30 minutes. I might give it another hour. Or no, another hour, then another 30 minutes or so. Stay relevant, teach yourself. I hear that, man. Let's talk about cloud deployment models. In fact, let me center that new. There we go. Cloud computing simultaneously adds convenience while reducing control. Uses someone else's hardware. Yeah, I think this would also help with global warming. Reduce the amount of CO2 emissions in the air. Must rely on someone classes. Cloud deployment models. Continued. Public cloud. Let's see. 35. See, the problem with making this longer than 30 minutes is would I even go back to listen to this? You know? Yeah, let's take a short